Perfect. Welcome back, everybody. So a quick recap of last session. The party kind of continued their assault against the Rough Rider mercenary group from Caught, able to infiltrate their compound and through some cunning trickery and some good luck. Ping and Gil, actually, no, Ping, Gil, and Uhl were able to bully a poor guard into submission who was able to get them inside the compound and believed Ping's disguise that he was the senator, and was able to get them in through the back door. They were able to make their way and found two held captive in the compound's prison. But while speaking with, we're going through the ruse as the senator, as well as Uhl posing as a wealthy business person looking for the Jedi relics, they found that the Jedi relics were just a trap to find people like Atu and Jedi. So Jedi kind of are their allies, and hopefully kind of eliminate them from the galaxy. So after that, they were caught and they fought a mechanized walker sold by Zerka, kind of designed to hunt and take out Jedi, but were able to pretty easily take that down without too much trouble, and were able to escape with the two, and then were confronted by the senator kind of on the grounds of the estate. And had another pretty easy battle, almost took down the senator himself, but he threatened to have his ship unload on the area if they killed him, as the ship was hovering above the ground. Initially, they tried to call his bluff, and Gil got super close to getting him, but a string of double nat ones on one roll kind of took him out, and he was not able to grapple the senator before he jet booted up to the ship and took off. Afterwards, the party was able to take Atu and make it back to their ship, and found that the ship was still there. The younglings, thanks to Noru being out that session, was able to babysit the younglings and keep the two Padawans from doing anything too crazy. But while he's there, Atu let them know that there is a Jedi enclave on Yavin IV that has somehow evaded the notice of those who are hunting the Jedi and Sith. And he promised to take you guys there, as well as provide some of his resources on planet, as long as you guys promised not to kind of spill the beans on location or bring any drama to the Jedi. So that's actually where we're going to pick off now. I'll give you guys some time if there's anything on the ship that you want to do before we get there, but you all are on your way to Yavin 4. Yeah, just about 3 days.
Okay, so full long rest. All right. Okay. Yay.
So I'm going to keep force concealing the Padawan, if that's possible.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So three rolls for that?
Yep.
Right. Let's get all the bad ones out of the way, maybe.
I rearranged my office, and now it's like I've got my laptop on the opposite side, and it's kind of completely throwing me off. Nice.
That's brutal.
Yeah, listen, one nat 20 on that one. So yeah, you do take what's that, level 2 spells. So
yeah,
you do 6 points on that one. But you do get one off for free and are able to kind of work on continuing to conceal the Padawan. Which Padawan were you doing? Were you doing on the girl, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, so she's had a couple of those on her now. I think about 6 or 7. So she's definitely getting close to or closer, I should say, to having that concealed status.
Yeah, I've been tracking it, so that puts us at 7. So it has to be continuous days, so we'll see if that actually works out.
Oh, I forgot about the continuous part. You guys are headed to a group of Jedi. If you guys keep her with you or not, you can tell one of the other masters to help keep concealing her if they'd like to.
Now, when I take a long rest, how many points do I lose? And do I lose it per day or just once per long rest? So once per the 3 days.
Yeah, so once per the 3 days. We changed that up a little bit just because space time was kind of killing the rule a little bit. So just once for the long rest.
All right.
I didn't want to new. Yep, your level per the long rest.
Do I have any points? remaining?
You're good. I think Ping is the only one that had points. Let me bring up
Ping's the only one.
Because I only pop a couple powers at a time, like Force Camouflage, or no, Force Mask. I remember popping back when we were on the trying to break them out.
So you guys are pretty conservative with your force powers.
So I had 8, put me up to 13, and then I lost 5, so I'm back down to 8. And everyone else is at 0.
A mechanic just for Ping. Okay, cool.
All right. So actually, yeah. So you guys still have that 5 days. So outside of concealment, anything you all want to do before we head out?
I don't know. Search for. I forgot. Didn't we get a week of downtime before the last session?
You guys did.
Okay, I gotta get with you on that because I didn't do anything.
Scrap time.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I completely my brain threw it out on that.
I do. Yep. Martial lightsaber. Yeah, that's right.
For the 3 days or 5 days?
3 days. Yep.
3 days. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on the younglings. Try to go through the basic Padawan, not Padawan, youngling meditations and stuff that I even as a Padawan that left the order would remember.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Nora, you were never knighted, right?
I was never knighted, but I was
Okay.
near knighted. Yeah.
I thought I remember that, but it wasn't in the backstory, so I wasn't sure. But I thought I remember you saying that, so that's perfect. That confirms what I thought.
Right.
Perfect. All right. So for you, I think it's DC plus charisma and proficiency plus 8.
Is there a way to turn on push to talk? I don't know how that works.
Mute button, I'm not sure. And just FYI, for those people wondering, I only needed to roll a 4 and I wouldn't have gotten any points. That's why I keep doing it.
Oh no.
Yeah, you've got like a plus 8 or something like plus 8.
I needed a 12, so.
General. Is it under general? Or is it under audio?
Perfect. All right, so you guys make it through hyperspace. Nothing interesting. The children are pretty docile. They seem to be coping better with the withdrawals than the 2 Padawans. The boy is still kind of aggressive and just really looking like he's kind of really having a hard time coming down. The girl seems to be in a better spirits, but she still has that calculating eye. It looks like she's always looking for kind of some advantage she can take, or she's looking and plotting as she kind of looks around the area. You can just tell that her kind of gears are turning every time she looks at you and kind of plots out her next step. But fortunately, though, you are able to, after a time, make it to Yavin. So you see, as you kind of decelerate through from hyperspace, you see kind of the big gas giant, as well as the 4 moons. You are headed to the 4th moon of Yavin, and as Ren actually pilots you down, you get a hail from Atu, and he goes, "All right, so I just sent a burst to your Navi computer. This is where the location is. Come in slow. I'm uh, with me. They know my ship's sensor. I don't think they'll try anything, but just come in slow. When you get down there, land. I'll come out first, try to explain it a bit. These guys are, I want to say jumpy. They're Jedi, but they're jumpy. Let's be honest. They've tried their best to hide themselves out from the galaxy as they're being hunted, and they really aren't too fond of visitors. But I owe you all a favor. I trust you guys, and most of you guys are Jedi or former Jedi or whatever. But just please don't start anything while you're down there.
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't even dream of it.
This would be whenever we all look to oh shoot, I'm really bad with names. When we look to Gil. You hear that?
You see Gil nod like, well, I'll just stay on the ship for right now. I'll just
Your children army nonsense.
Oh yeah, with I forgot which name of the kid was the one that got
one kid that got a sniper rifle and he crit and just blew out some poor dude's head. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you guys are able to make your way to the down to the planet. So as you guys get closer to the moon,
already inside the.
Can you hear me? Can you?
So you all make your way down there, and you see just kind of the big jungle planet with the kind of the red, or jungle moon with the overall red gassy planet above. You see it too kind of do a kind of some slick maneuvering through the forest trees as he kind of goes lower towards a little miniature temple on the grounds of the planet. And Ren, give me a piloting check as you're going.
Alrighty. And let's see, get all the good rolls right out of the way, right? Where did I go here?
So you could do better than Panger. He got one crit, so but he's got a decent record going.
Let's try. Yeah.
There you go. So
I know. Gotta get some of those.
Ren is able to pretty expertly maneuver through the kind of the junglist terrain and easily matches a two's pace as he weaves in and out of the forest area. And after not too long, you're able to get to this makeshift temple. And you see a two pretty quickly land and even quicker get out of the ship as you see two hooded figures approach. You see kind of just from Two's body language, he looks a little nervous as everything is going down as he kind of approaches those two figures.
I'll kind of step out in front of the group, try to, I don't know, pull my fancy new coat a little bit aside, just to show off my saber hanging down off my belt. Just a little bit that, I don't know, hopefully conveys a message as much as we can. I'm one of you.
And you see kind of the two knights, they both look up and they notice the saber. They give you kind of a keen look. It says, what brings you here? Two, you know we do not like outsiders. How can we help you and get you to leave here?
I'm not taking this one. I got a charisma of 8.
Sorry, they said that passed it to us.
Yeah, so they said, two, we don't like visitors here. They want, how can we help you and get you to leave here? To you guys.
Budget 2? No. I just step forward and. Hello, I am Fool Bendon. I'm here with my companions to hopefully find refuge. Young padawans who were unfortunately taken as slaves, rescued them from that situation. You just do not have the provide proper growth and direction that two here was gracious enough to point us in direction, saying that you all would be some of the best, take them on, help them grow into the experienced Jedi that.
Nice. You notice one of the Jedi kind of briefly closes his eyes. You guys can kind of sense him reaching out with the Force. Not really to you guys, but towards the ship in general. But you see the other kind of glare towards Ren's direction as he as he looks. You see he's not, even without doing an insight check, you can tell he's not angry, but you could tell he is laser focused as he looks at Ren.
Pretty obvious.
Okay.
That he's
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Would have
I'm
probably
gonna.
been a good idea for Gil to stay on the ship.
Yeah,
Noru, are you
I'm
in
gonna.
armor? Are you?
I wear like disheveled clothes.
You're not. Sorry. You're not Mandalorian, are you?
No,
it's
I
cool.
joined the Revenant, or the Revenists.
Reverend yeah.
Revenkists.
Referengist.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I left after the Battle of Malachor.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I'll kind of. I guess go ahead, Ren.
I was just gonna say, Ren's gonna do something she doesn't, too often do around strangers and remove her helmet and sort of just put it under her shoulder, and try to keep a neutral face on, despite dude glaring at her.
And I'll just definitely seeing that, I'll speak up and obviously acknowledge his gaze, and she has this one has more than proved herself more of an ally than an enemy. Have my word on that. There won't be any problems caused by her presence, personally. Trust her just as much.
Perfect. Give me a persuasion check with advantage. And as you speak, you see a two kind of nod up and say, yeah. These guys are cool. I know that she's a Mando. And there's another Mando on ship, and he's just taking a time out right now. But they're good people. Don't hold it against them.
Little bloodthirsty, that one, but he's all right.
I can assure you that I am Mandalorian in upbringing and armor only at this point. She sort of gives a look towards, where Gil must be. Don't tell Gil.
You see the one that closed his eyes, and you kind of feel him reaching out with the Force. He gives a nod and a small smile and says, apologies for our hostility, friends. We've picked this spot in particular because it affords us the opportunity to hide from those who hunt us. Vigilance has only been the only thing that has kept us alive and kept those we protect safe. If you'll follow me, I'll bring you to Master Hadlar. I believe he'll want to speak with you.
I remember a thing. I remember.
Yeah, I'm following along behind.
So whenever I hear Master Hadlar, Noru's ears are gonna perk up, and he was just like, "No way."
Perfect. So they kind of look over you and not really paying too much attention, but the one that smiled waves. He kind of begins to turn his back to you and head towards the temple. The one that glared at you, not glared, but just kind of intensely stared at Ren. He's still staring. He seems to be pretty like somewhat comforted by the notion, but he is still not super happy altogether. But he does eventually follow behind his compatriot. And these two Jedi, one's a human. The one that's Smiley is a human. The other is looks to be kind of a Rhodian Jedi. You can't really tell how old he is, but he's got kind of brown robes with two sabers on each of his hips.
What
After
is his
not
name
too
again?
long, oh, so they actually didn't give the names, but the first
Sorry, the
one, the
master.
Smiley one, oh, the master, Hadlar. And that is, let me pull up the spelling for that, Hadlarr.
You're saying hablar like to speak in Spanish. I was like, huh?
Pablo.
I'm not sure I actually pronounced this one right, but I think I got it. Hadlar. Is that right,
Yeah.
Noru? For
I'm pretty sure that's how you would pronounce it. Hadlar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they lead you into after some time into a temple. It looks to be kind of like a picture I've got up there. So kind of for human standards, it's kind of like a Mayan temple, but it's got that kind of anciently appeal to it. Oh, and actually, let's everybody roll a lore check to see how familiar you are with Yavin IV.
Okay. I'm familiar with it. Does that count?
It makes sense that the Mandalorian may not be super familiar with it, but the Jedi, the Force sensitive, all have a little bit of an understanding of it. Yavin IV, about 30 some odd years ago, 30 maybe 40 years ago, was the site of the last big Jedi Sith war. So this is pre-Revan. This is the war led by Exar Khan. So this was kind of his home, or not, his little base away from it. And a lot of these temples were built by the Sith, but not the Sith, but the species of Sith and the Masasi slaves that they used. So these are kind of Sith temples, but just kind of a little hidden in the back end of the galaxy. It's kind of a good space to hide away if you're going in an area that people may not have checked for you if you're a Jedi.
And didn't they like seal his soul in one of the temples?
Huh?
Yeah. And then Luke, like thousands of years later, has this. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out here, having a good time. Sorry.
But they are able to lead you in there, and you see within the temple, looks like they've converted it into a little bit of a makeshift base. And one of the things you notice, even kind of as you walk in, especially Ren, maybe not as much, but the other three of you, as you kind of walk in, the other areas of this planet just kind of almost stink of the dark side. It's kind of between the temples and what has happened here. You can just almost feel the dark side, almost smell it as you're walking through. But when you get to the temple, it feels like just kind of like a piece of the Jedi is with you. You feel kind of that serene calm. Just feel the light side around you. Just kind of feel the force swirling without kind of the corrupting touch of the dark side as soon as you kind of cross through the steps of where they made a little makeshift base. Within, you also see two other knights kind of stationed around the doors. One, a bearable knight. So the bearables, you see they're kind of like a lizard guy. He's got the Jedi robes, but a tail. And you see that he's got, excuse me, both a large vibro sword in his back and a pretty great saber on his right hip. And he kind of eyes you guys as you walk in. You see his scales ruffle a little bit as Ren walks in as well. Uh, but you also notice in the center an elderly human with graying hair. And his back's to you currently, but you'll notice four Padawans in front of him, as well as three younglings behind the Padawans. And you see him kind of going through a meditation exercise as you guys walk up, leading them through how to breathe deeper and how to kind of connect themselves to the wider force and kind of find their path to kind of find clarity as well as just center themselves within the forest to find their next moves. You see, as you guys finally get through the threshold, he pauses for a second and then waves at one of the other knights to take over. And he stands up and turns around. And you see this elderly human, he's got kind of gray hair, but the thing that stands out the most for him is across his eyes, you see a pretty severe looking burn. For you guys, that most of you wear lightsabers, you use lightsabers, you can tell, it looks like he took a lightsaber kind of across the eyes during a fight not too long ago. And you see him kind of nod, but still confidently stride over and assess the group with kind of a band, just kind of his burned eyes still seeing somehow, and he looks pretty fixated on Noru at first before just addressing the group. What brings you here?
We wish for safe, somewhere safe to leave these younglings and young Padawans.
Did we bring them with us?
Mm,
You guys could have. Did you want to bring him with you?
I thought we brought a couple of the Padawans with us, but not the young. Or did we leave everyone at the ship?
we didn't say anything, so
Yeah,
we
so
can't
I-
choose right
You know
now.
what?
Yeah, I would assume we'd bring them all.
Yeah, I'd be fine with bringing him.
He kind of looks behind you at the Jedi younglings as well as the Padawans. You see kind of a small smile across his face, and he says, "We." A small blessing from the Force today. It is good that you have brought what is lost back to us. But who are you? And he takes a look at kind of the rest of you guys, but kind of fixates on Noru. It says, it looks like one of the lost has been found. For those who do not know me, I am Master Hadar. I used to be one of the leading masters upon the Jedi Order before our ruin felt us or came to us. And he looks back to Noru and says, I had not expected to see you again, apprentice.
I was not expecting to see you either, Master.
You see, looks kind of equal measure relieved and not an annoyance, but it looks, he's got kind of a look like an old teacher that kind of wants to start lecturing, but he kind of shakes himself out of it and looks back to the young Padawans in response to the group. Where did you find these children? Where had they been held?
They were being kept by slavers in the Kessel system, trying to be auctioned off to all manner of mercenaries. There was government. Wasn't there like royalty trying to purchase
The
them?
Hapens.
Yeah,
Even
and even
the
the
Mandalorians, the
and the
Sith.
Sith, trying to purchase them as slaves.
And who were we posing as? This gray
Pirates?
silver? I have that somewhere.
We were pirates, I think.
They're pirates. It was the silver. It was silver because I picked that color.
To Lord Keldo.
I put it somewhere, but I'm blanking on the name myself right now. It wasn't Minox. Yeah, Silver something Pirates.
I've got it
Yeah.
somewhere here now, but go ahead. Say if I don't know if it was worth it. Just mentioning that, I guess, is my point of bringing Silver Nova.
Silver Nova, that's it.
Yeah.
No, but we saved them, and we've been searching for somewhere to keep them safe and for them to have proper training.
You see, the master kind of nods his head and says, "You've all done well, even you, Noru. Especially those who had left the path of the Jedi." As he kind of looks at Ula and Noru when he says that, I did not expect those to stand out as fight so hard for our younglings as our Padawans. I appreciate you for your efforts in this. We would be more than willing to take these younglings and help them overcome the struggles that they have faced.
Would I get any sense that, so picking up on the immediate knowledge, the recent knowledge that this is Noru's master, I know that Noru was in the Revankists, and then that his master might have been a part of that too.
His master wasn't a part of that, so you'd probably know a little, at least in passing, about Hadlar, because he's one of the masters of the Order.
Okay.
He stuck with the kind of the council and the main Jedi during the Mandalorian Wars.
Okay. I'm trying to think of my own backstory. I think I did not go along with Revan. I think that was my Uhl did not, and I think that was kind of, well, sorry.
You went along the first time,
Sith
but not
Empire.
for Civil War.
There we go. Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. Thank you. That was my own confusion there. Okay, so he stayed behind. Revan split off, and then
Basically, it
came
was
the
like,
Sith.
I'm gonna run away, Dad.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, no, don't do it, son.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
And then all right. So yeah, I was just trying to frame my perception here of this. Just with his last comments about
The Lost. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Even you, Noru. I'm like, oh, thanks.
So King this whole time has been kind of sitting back and trying to avoid like notice. Not like hiding, but like trying to not draw attention. Would I have a sense that the master has sensed the Force in all of us or any of us?
Roll an insight check. I'm gonna have to reflip this office. I hate looking this way from my dice rolls.
You'll get used to it.
And so, Big, you are trying to be inconspicuous, and you just really aren't able to notice too much about them. So you gotta try to see if you can kind of reach out to the Force, but I feel like you're trying to keep your own Force presence hidden, and you're just not able to see what he's seeing.
Yeah. So Ping kind of comes out from the others, kind of comes up into the front, and I'll take a rock from the ground with the Force, not aggressively, but I'll pick it up and kind of toss it to the master. And I'll just say, there's more than one way to hide. And then I'll turn around and I'll point at the younglings, or kind of wave to the younglings. And I'll say, all of these younglings we brought to you only because of the power of the Sith and the fact that the Sith were able to expose themselves. And then I'll just say, this war between the light and the dark and the Jedi and the Sith, it has to end, or all Force users will perish.
You see the master nods, and as the rock kind of comes to him, you see him kind of just gradually hold out his hand and let it kind of flow within his palm. And he smiles and says, you speak wisely. I do not recognize your ore, but you do have some wisdom in there. The war between the Jedi and the Sith is destructive within itself, but I do not believe it can end as it is. The Sith that are ruling over the scraps of the Empire that Revan and Malak left behind, these are not the true Sith, at least from what the visions of the Force have told me. The true Sith lay hidden. Or at least those who truly control the dark side, have kept themselves from the shadows and have used their anonymity to hunt those who call upon the Force. I feel that either they just want chaos and destruction, or they want to be the only ones left with the Force's true power at their beck and call. But it is still wise, though, to call it, to at least cease hostilities against the Sith pretenders, or those who truly do not control its power.
Ardo, is that my apprentice brother?
Or your master's apprentice.
Yeah. Yep. Brother apprentice hyphenated is what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
We were there, same page. Because he was telling us about, didn't he tell us about some visions or something? Not visions, but do I get any sense of likeness between what Ardo told us about those that hunt us, and what Hadlar is saying right now?
You definitely do. So it's framed a little bit differently than Ardo put it. Ardo put it as those, because you see Hadlers kind of put it lumping them all in the Sith category, at least the Darksider category,
Okay, yeah.
where Ardo thinks somebody has just gained kind of complete control of the dark side and is kind of going after the other Sith. So he thinks it's another kind of Sith infighting, where Hadlar kind of thinks it's a little bit something different, but it's pretty much the same message, just framed from different perspectives.
Yeah, so maybe I think Uhl might chime in and definitely show recognition towards what Hedler is saying right now, and then kind of turn to Ping and acknowledge him and say Ping actually does I think speaks some truth. I've ran into my former master's new apprentice, who's unfortunately gone to the ways of the dark side themselves, but they actually spoke as well of this greater evil. But it seemed that they aren't simply, just going after those of us more aligned to the light side, that this dark power, evil, whatever it is going after everyone.
You see him nod and says, that is what I have seen and what I have heard as well. It seems like they are, it almost seemed at first that they were targeting the Sith. The Jedi after the war with Malak were few and far between. After Revan and Malak kind of had their own insurrection. The Sith Empire, even without Malak, had a number of troops and forces, but something whittled them away even while the Republic fought amongst themselves. So I believe it was this threat. I initially thought it was a blessing up until they began hunting the Jedi as well. I thought it would just merely sit there and fighting as they are prone to do. You see him kind of nod and shake his head. But unfortunately, I have not been able to see the clarity in the Force to find out who this threat is. It has eluded me and hidden within the shadows. It even, as he kind of waves his hands in front of his eyes, even one who sees entirely through the Force now, it is as if I am blind to their presence.
How were you blinded, Master?
He nods and you see him kind of give a sad smile. Says, Apprentice, I never really hung too close to the council, but during the war with Revan and Malak, I decided to make myself available to them. I sided with the Jedi on Coruscant, and I did my best to defend the Order against the Sith onslaught. It was with hunting their relics and hunting the Sith users himself. But alas, once Malak fell, I thought we had come to the end. The Republic would be able to swiftly restore order and things would go back to as they were. But the Sith came to our temple upon Coruscant and began to assault us. I tried to fend them off, but you kind of see him crack a small smirk. Agent slowed me down just enough for one of the Sith to get lucky and land a saber blow across my eyes. Fortunately, though, he did not get long to gloat about it, but I was able to escape along with myself and the younglings you see here and their padawans. And through time, and he nods to two's help, as well as a young Jedi that we worked with before, we were able to find other Jedi Knights and bring them here to start our own little enclave.
Understood.
That Pink kind of nods, and he says, we also went into one other development that maybe you should be aware of. The exchange where...
Child abduction. Sorry.
The exchange where we're keeping the Padawan and the younglings docile by using some kind of pheromone. And I think it has caused some form of addiction. So that is something that you will have to root out of them before you proceed with your training.
He nods and you kind of see him give a sad smile and says, uh, unfortunately, we will have to cross that bridge, but fortunately, you all brought them back to us. It would have been a travesty to see them carry out whatever Sith, Mandalorian, or whoever the scrum of the galaxy was that purchased them, carry out their designs. At least they're back among the family, among the order.
Yes.
Uh, he nods, kind of looks at you, and you see him close his eyes yet again. Everybody, give me a wisdom save.
Right.
Nothing too bad.
Well, got an 8, so I hope that's not too bad.
Yeah, right.
Ping, you are able to kind of slip past it, but everybody, you feel kind of the master as Hadlar closes his eyes. You just kind of feel his force presence, kind of gazing at each of you, trying to take your measure, kind of see kind of just use the force to gain some insight upon you. You kind of Nora, you feel his kind of his presence lasts the longest, but Bryn and Ul, you also feel it as well.
I mean, if he
You
could
see
have
him
just
kind
asked, I would have let him.
of. You see, he gives kind of a little bit of a quizzical look towards Ping, but then looks towards the rest of you and says, "Forgive me, but I had to know more about those who had saved our younglings or brought them back to us. I fear that the war or the struggles of remaining hidden in these dark times have weighed heavily upon you. Looking to Noru first, he says, my former apprentice, it feels like you have hidden yourself. You posed as a simple scavenger, hiding your true gift, hiding what you could do from the galaxy. That cannot be. And looking to Ul before he gives Noru a chance to respond, he says, and you, I feel the war has hardened your resolve. You do not embrace the dark side, but you are close to calling upon its power. The way you call upon the Force is not the traditional Jedi way of using wisdom to find strength. I fear that you are just a domino's fall away from tipping to the darkness.
Will really wants to like chime in and say like, look where tradition has got you, hiding out in some random moon, but those are internal thoughts for sure. Because I know that Ping will probably just say that out loud himself anyway.
Yeah. Actually, Ping, like when this initially happens, Ping just like smirks at him. He knows what he just tried to do. And he just kind of leans on his saber and just says, I'm just an old man and a peddler.
Ul might have an expression of conflict and regret that anybody in the group might notice a little bit as he does call that out. Because that is something that he does struggle with, or wrestle with. So
Yeah, Noru will obviously have like a show of guilt and shame after his master's words.
You see him kind of looks between the two, and he looks kind of a curious expression kind of crosses his face as he looks at Ren, just kind of both curiosity and surprise. And he goes, and even the Mandalorian can feel the Force. Most unusual. But you kind of see him pause and just kind of deeply sigh and say, I would like to offer you all a service, if I may. The war following Revan and just your time, it seems to have conflicted your spirit. We on Yavin have found, and you kind of waves around the area. It says, outside of these walls, you may have noticed the pool of the dark side. That wasn't we didn't choose this spot on accident. It was chosen purposely to help hide us. But what we offer you, what I think may make you more effective in whatever ends you go after. Uh, with the dark side's presence so close here, we found for those trained in the Force, our knights, were those, and he kind of looks kind of sideways at Noru, and even those who have not achieved knighthood, but have earned the power similar to that. It may help you find clarity, may help you find your purpose within the galaxy and with your place within the Force. If you are willing, we would extend this use to you with a journey into the jungles of Yavin to see if you can find where you belong.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll,
I'm down.
I want to, when I see him kind of give Ren an up down in regards to, being a Mandalorian with the Force, and say, Ren has studied diligently, and I do believe that she will be able to display her abilities just as well as any of us one day. If you have a moment, Master, I would believe she would love to show you her abilities with the Jedi Blade, as she's studied and practiced quite often. And then I'll pull out my lightsaber and just kind of hold it out towards Ren to see if it, and wait for Master to accept a potential spar.
I'm sorry.
This is gonna go
'Cause I
great.
have
Ren
faith.
just,
I would not recommend that.
Ren just looks totally like shocked at just everything.
You see him nod and smile and says, I would love to see a Mandalorian handles the blade. And he kind of waves to one of the padawans and calls them forward. It says, if you'll provide, we have training sabers. My friend, you can hold your saber. And he takes one of the other Padawan's training sabers and hands it to Ren. It says, show us what you can of how a Mandalorian wields our blade. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to
So we
throw
used
on initiative.
dueling, Tegan. We did this before. Worked out pretty good if you want to grab that variant rule as a suggestion.
Pull that up.
Who was that, Ren? Was that Cade and was it Indy?
I think it's Cade and Indy.
And so you see kind of a young Padawan step up, just kind of approach. Looks to be a young, you'd assume is probably a young Bothan male. You see he's got kind of still a little Padawan braid in his fur. He kind of takes a step up and bows to Master Hadlar, and then looks to Ren and bows again. You see, he looks not just kind of gives a little aura of not confusion, but just kind of surprise. It just seems like something he just really didn't expect.
Yeah, me too, kid. Ren will echo the bows as well. Doesn't fully know what's going on, but is just gonna play along with it.
All right, let me see. Perfect. I'm just quickly rereading the dueling rules.
Boulder parchment shears, basically.
Pretty much.
Oh gosh.
It does.
All
I did
right.
see you could, since if you have extra attack, you can potentially
yeah.
get advantage.
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so you can definitely take that advantage. You see, as the kind of the youngling moves forward, he assumes a kind of a defensive stance. I'm not sure if Ren would recognize it, but you could definitely, for those a little bit more proficient with the Force and the Jedi way, so Uul for sure would notice that he kind of adopted the Sorosu stance for his opening. And then let's go through it. Let me see. Perfect. Do you declare? All right. Yeah. So, so you can kind of declare your attack roll, or kind of how you're going to be doing between attack, defending, and fainting, and then we can kind of make a roll with either advantage or disadvantage as appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Ren will just sort of note, oh wow, that's sort of what Ull looks like sometimes. Anyways, and then we'll go to strike out with the practice.
Give a throw an insight for knowledge to see if she can pick up on that stance and know what that means. Training,
sure, yeah.
Training with me. I don't know if insight's
Yeah,
the right
definitely roll
one,
an insight check, because Ull has that form, so you would notice that. So you can roll that insight.
Well, I haven't got a grade, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah. Yeah,
it looks vaguely familiar, but you're not sure what it means.
Okay.
Ull will be disappointed when she doesn't pick up on going against the defensive stance.
Perfect. So are you taking the attack action or defending or fainting?
Yeah, not really knowing that, I'll just I'll go for the attack action here. Extra attack.
All right. It's sweet. So you will roll. You would initially have rolled with disadvantage, but you can roll with just a regular roll due to your extra attack feature.
Okay.
And then this guy, I've got a padawan somewhere that I do. Perfect.
Then give me 1 second, because I got to look up all the stuff here. It would just be my proficiency and dex, yeah?
Yep, so just proficiency and dex, so you can definitely use a light foil. Oops, I should have rolled that with advantage.
Hey.
Should have rolled
Oh, sorry, that was the DM.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, let's see. So 4, and then what is our proficiency bonus right now?
3, yep.
Okay, so 7. That's not bad.
You see kind of the action unfold as you see Rin leap in with his blade, or with her blade, kind of just attacking. What forms do you have outside of Soro? So you've got Makashi, and what was the other one, Jimso?
Yeah, I've got like 4 or 5 of them actually. Sorosu, yeah, Jimso, Makashi, Juo. I think it's those 4. Yeah.
So I'll let you pick, Red. Probably between Makashi, Jimso, or Juyo. And Makashi's kind of the duelist style. Jimso is a more kinetic style with a kind of force behind it. And Juyo is a quick, just kind of lethal style. Which one do you think you're leaping out with?
Probably I want to say latter, just being like the Deadeye Scout, trying to come at it from that angle.
I think Juyo would definitely be kind of a good fit for Mandalorian Deadeye Scout. Yeah, so you're kind of weaving you can definitely see you picked up some tricks from Ull, just kind of weaving that blade all around the kid. But you see him just kind of focusing, just trusting in the force, just blocking, just really giving him his movements over to Sarusu, the defensive stance. You see just kind of blocking both blows, and kind of gets a small cut on you as he moves back with the training saber. So it doesn't hurt, or it doesn't damage you, but you just kind of do feel a little shock as the blade hits you.
Mm-hmm.
You see kind of the master nod behind you guys and says, well done again. So we got to go to kind of best out of 3 on this one. So you could pick, you see him as kind of take on, you see him kind of moving side face a little bit, angling his blade low, one-handing it this time. You see a little bit of a cocky smirk on his face as he assumes his stance. And you can definitely do another insight roll for this one too.
I feel like I can just tell. That's a 13.
With this one, this is Ull's primary form, so I'll let you get this a little bit lower of a roll. You see this guy drops into Makashi. It looks like he's got his stats going, and you can tell that with Makashi, he's either going to attack or feint for sure.
Okay.
Defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna
defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna defense here. I had already thought that before the inside. I'm like, uh-oh.
So he is, you see him kind of lean in, kind of like shrug his shoulders. Looks like he wanted to, not humiliate you, but he wanted to show you up and kind of show that Mandalorian couldn't really kind of take him in. So you see him kind of lean in and try to do a quick slash with his blade. So you will have double advantage on this one, and he will have disadvantage, I believe. Let me make sure I got that right.
Was that 3 dice? What's double hyper dominance here?
Pretty much. So you get to roll 3 dice on that. He will have disadvantage. So you see him kind of, let's see how I should see the dice roll. So 13. So you should hopefully be able to beat a 13.
Okay, so
With
3d20, keep the highest one.
Yep.
Plus 7. Let's see if I did that right.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's, you see him kind of lean into attack. His blade angled low. He kind of does that kind of the Makashi style, trying to just be kind of an elegant slash. But you were prepared for it. Defenses up, can block it completely and just tap him back. You guys are 1-1.
Great.
So you see the master kind of nods and says, well struck. And he says, again. This time you see, it looks like he was kind of thrown off balance by that. You see him kind of put both hands on his saber, kind of almost white knuckle it a bit as he kind of aims up for his next attack. You can do another insight check if you like.
Gosh, I don't even know what this one would be. Come on.
All right. So what are you thinking?
I have no idea. I've only witnessed this once, so even out of game, I'm like, I do not know. What does the faint one do? I don't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So feint. So that's the third action. So when you choose to feint, you'll have an advantage on an attack roll if the opponent takes the defend action. Disadvantage if they take the attack action.
Okay. Let's see. Just white knuckling the saber. I don't know. I'm gonna go. You said feint was for if they're defending, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Might as well.
So you see him leap forward, and Wool would recognize this form as well. It seems after the kind of the blow, he is going into the battering form. So you see him kind of leap into a Jim So stance, and he attacks.
I will look out real quick and just look to Ren and say, remember your training.
Oh gosh. All right.
So you will have an even roll with that one due to your extra attack.
Okay, cool. Let us hope. Oh, it's not gonna
Oops, I did not mean to click initiative.
And let's go.
Hey!
Nice.
Whoa! Let's go!
Yeah.
All right, so he comes at you. You kind of, because you fainted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he leaps at you. He sees you moving to feint, and he thinks he's got you kind of right in his eyes as he lifts his blade high up. But you just kind of swiftly dodge aside and kind of tap him on the back. And you see the master kind of give a look to you and nod. Kind of looks to his apprentice and say, well fought, but it appears the Mandalorian, and he pauses for himself, and you see him kind of shake his head and looks back to Ren and says, I apologize. I never took your name. What is your name, young one?
I'm known as Ren.
And he says, Ren, clearly, has learned a great deal of the Jedi forms. It was wrong of me to assume otherwise.
I can only thank my friend Uul.
I have a shit-eating grin on my face as I just put her up to this, and I give her a nod, a very congratulative and very proud look as well, and then just turn to the master and say, I hope that in addition to us investigating or going to the area that you mentioned, that this display will also show you that we all as a group can be trusted and can hopefully work together, especially if we go to take on this greater evil that you speak of.
You seem nod and says, I felt your auras to the floor, so I believe what you say is true. Before he can continue speaking, you see a two kind of looking a little bit more like himself, a little less nervous, pipes up. It says, yeah, I told you that they're good people. I told you could trust them. But I kind of promised them a little extra something. Do you guys still have that last shipment I brought you? And you see the other master nods and says, we've kept it safe. We've not had a need for any extras. So it looks towards Rin, Noru, Gillenul, or not Gillenul, Pinganul, and it says, I believe they may be worthy of that gift. And you see him, the master nods and says, please follow me yet again. There may be something here that may help you in your fights, as well as help you during your trials upon the planet. And he looks, he kind of waves towards you, and you see him just kind of follow or lead a path deep into the temple. You kind of go lower within the temple, so you see the stone walls all around you. And after a second, you get to a locked door. And you see the master just kind of flick his wrist up. You see a kind of a whirring mechanism, and you see the door rise. And within, you find kind of just a table laden with different crystals. Ul, Ping, and Noru, and probably Ren at this point, would all recognize them. These are different saber crystals. So as you look around, you see different crystals, some from Ilum, some kyber crystals, other gems and things that may serve as lightsaber crystals, just scattered around or kind of laid around the table within the room, with at least probably about 30 to 40 of them within the area. You see kind of as you look back to it too, you see him kind of just grinning, kind of just near crowing. He's like, yeah, I found these. We lost a ton of these when the temple on Coruscant crashed. Fortunately, these guys weren't able to get them. I found them on the black market and brought them back to them. These are tons of crystals, kyber, whatever you need to help you build a lightsaber or even enhance one of your old ones. And you see the master looks over and says, two speaks truly. These are crystals that would be well suited for any knight or even a master's saber. You are more than welcome, all of you, even those it looks to Ul and Ping, or actually it looks to Ul, because Ping has a cane saber. Looks to Ul and says, even one who already has a lightsaber may find a better crystal here that may help you focus your resolve and help attune you to be prepared to fight the darkness or whatever may lie ahead within the galaxy.
Master Hadler, what about those of us who do not yet have a saber? Would you give a blessing towards that?
He smiles and looks to Ren in particular and says, I would. I will admit my. He seemed kind of hesitating for a second. Then he kind of, with a humble smile, admits my arrogance. Did not perceive that a Mandalorian could handle a blade even as well as one of my Padawans. I had sought to prove that with that duel earlier, but the Mandalorian has truly surprised us. If he will take, or she will take a saber, we will for sure provide the extra components to, or take a crystal, we will for sure provide the extra components to help Rin build her saber.
So I'm going to, I have this small necklace around my neck, and it's got like a weird looking metal mechanism in the middle of it. And I'm going to like use the force, and inside of it, like the metal, I don't know, platings pull back, and my lightsaber crystal is inside it, and I'm just going to pull it out and just show him like I still have mine. I destroyed my lightsaber when I ran away, but I never could get rid of it.
No, give me an insight check.
Not one of my skills.
Your strong suits here.
Yeah,
Dang
I
it.
was gonna say,
Oh.
roll 20's helping us out with those tonight.
I know.
So Noru, you bring out your crystal. You can't really see too much, but you've known your master for some time, and you see him kind of almost fighting a smile a bit as he sees your crystal emerge. But when you hear him speak, you say, well, at least you were not foolish enough to give away the crystal that I had been giving you. Who, at least that is in your favor, former apprentice.
Yeah. I've been working on reconstructing my lightsaber since I've encountered these companions of mine.
You see him nod and says, well, for those of you who do not have their own crystals, those who would like to find a different crystal, you are more than welcome to take one from our stock. Afterwards, I will help you attune to the crystal, and I believe during your trials upon our planet, it may help you strengthen your bond with the crystal and hopefully build an exceptional saber once you've been completed our trials.
Yes.
Do I get a super saber?
Well, I'm gonna walk over to Ren, just put a hand over on her shoulder, and just say, reach out through the Force and listen, and see which one calls out to you.
Ren will sort of nod and try and do that.
Perfect. So if you'd like to, you could definitely make a wisdom check. Otherwise, you could definitely kind of just scope out through the area. There's a number of different crystals, all kind of shapes and colors scattered throughout that may help kind of call out to you and help build your blade.
Oh, so
Yeah.
is that how you're doing the lightsabers, where they're like pre-colored? I saw that in the rule book. There's like you can like roll for the color.
You could
you
definitely do that if you
yeah.
like to. I know with my characters, I'm picky about color for my sabers, so
Yeah.
so
Are
you're
we-
more than welcome to do the roll or take what you like.
So beyond the crystals, are there anything else? Just kind of out of character here, enhanced crystals or anything that?
Definitely. So actually, out of character, I'll just kind of explain how we're going to do this mechanic.
Yeah.
So basically, you'll be able to pick the crystal, and then as kind of this is going to be like a two-shot adventure, most likely on Yavin. I don't expect to take more than that. Throughout there's going to be kind of different times where you may have actions to attune to your crystal or kind of make a force check to kind of help yourself gain more of a presence with that crystal. Basically, there's going to be 4 checks altogether, and then depending on how those checks go, will determine both the rarity of the saber build you're going to be able to do afterwards, as well as the additional component that you get with it at the end of the mission. So with the 4 checks, if you get 3 out of 4 passes, and the pass is going to be a DC 15, you will get a prototype saber, or I think that's right, prototype saber. Prototypes after premium, right?
Yeah, or advanced.
Yes.
Or advanced.
Advanced
Okay, so
is, I think.
advanced saber. After if you get 2 out of 3 a premium, 1 out of 3 or below a standard saber, and then the nice thing is you'll get one of those mods with it, whatever rarity category that you get,
Nice.
on top of whatever else you have.
Okay, so I can make a Shoto premium lightsaber and the lightsaber that I have.
Yep.
Or yeah.
Because they'll have components so you can finish off your regular saber, but then they'll with the crystal that you gain from this, you'll also be able to kind of make an enhanced one as well.
Oh my gosh, that'll streamline this so much.
Just for clarification, prototype is like, I would call it blue, but that would be like +2.
Because let me make sure, I forgot to look that up. Yeah, because it's either prototype or advanced. I forgot what's after premium, but whatever's after premium is what it will be.
I think in colors because I played WoW for too long.
It is prototype. Sorry, advanced is after prototype.
Okay.
There you go.
Sweet.
And
So
then legendary. Is it legend and then artifact?
Yeah.
Artifacts last. Perfect.
Okay.
I think the only or is that legendary artifact. The only one that I know that is in the universe, and the only thing I have taken from canon is the dark saber, because I kind of like the lore for that, and that is in this universe. So that is one of the few things from canon to carry over to the Legends universe that I built.
I'm pretty sure that was in the old canon too.
Well, it depends on how you classify the Clone Wars. Since it rewrote a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, I just throw it in canon, but technically it's in both.
Yeah, the Clone Wars kind of changed a lot of stuff, but they added a lot of cool stuff. Because Kanan Jarruk, wasn't he the one that had the dark saber originally? Kanan Jarruk, like the Mandalorian Jedi who, I don't.
Yeah, so the Mandalorian Jedi, I forget, I don't know if I can't remember if that may be his name, but yeah. I think Kanan's the guy that was from Rebels, but there's a Mandalorian Jedi, I can't remember if they ever
My
named
bad.
him.
Cassus Fett, that's it.
Kanan Doom was the rebel guy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway.
So that's one of the few things that I brought over because I like that's a cool flavor piece with it, but otherwise it's 99% legends. So that's one of the few like legendary artifacts that are kind of out there. But yeah, so you guys will be able to definitely keep an eye out. And actually, that's what we'll do now too. As you're going through and picking your first one, everybody give me a force check.
Yeah. Alrighty. Love my
Come
high
on.
wisdom.
Come on. Whoa.
Out of the way here. Nice.
The two actual Jedi, a little bit of trouble on this one. The two kind of trained force users. Actual Jedi, that works perfect. All right, so I am going to keep track of that in one of the threads later. But Ren and Ping, you guys both have a success. And then Ul and Noru, you guys do have one failure. Now, I will say, depending on how you want to use it, inspiration is fair game with this, but that is up to you guys how you want to play it. You have 3 in the chamber, I believe.
Well, hold on to them for now.
Yeah.
For now.
Perfect. So I'll leave it up to you guys' description. What type of crystal do you guys pick out?
Let me do some light Googling first.
Because you see numerous different colors. Most of them are kind of between the blue and green that are common for the order, but you do see ones that kind of have the yellow and gold, a few rare ones with silver and purple, just kind of all spectrums along there. You see some that are kind of grown like the ones in Ilum on the caves, others that even look like they may have been kind of pre-synthesized, which is rare for the Jedi, a little bit even more common for the Sith and other Force groups. But they kind of have all kinds and sizes along the little table they've got.
And Atu just bought this off of the black market. Bull crap. Bull crap.
He didn't say he bought it. He said he acquired it.
Okay, you're right.
Acquired.
Okay, you're right.
So he's going to close his eyes and do something he hasn't done in actually a very, very long time. He's going to open himself to the Force and just let the Force guide him. And he's going to wander around the room with his hand open, eyes closed, and just let the Force guide him and pick up a crystal. So then he's going to roll it in his fingers, and he's going to see that it's an Ilum purple crystal.
Nice.
Uul doing something a little bit similar, but he kind of had something in his mind already, and he picks up one that's a silver grayish silver color, and shows that up in his long Thorian fingers, looks at that in the light, and turns to Master Hadler and says, Durand fire? Questioningly.
You see him nod and says, you have a keen eye, my friend. It is indeed so.
And he'll take that one and hopefully internally, or hopefully not give off any suggestion or whatever that this somewhat kind of silver is a little touch on the nose for him of this balance that he's trying to create for himself. This kind of, between the dark and the light.
Nice.
Ren is going to probably take a good amount of time, just trying to make sure, be sure, she's waited for this for at least some amount of time before landing on a sort of almost cubic, like yellow crystal, and saying, I like this one.
You see him nods as well chosen. All right, Nora, what are you going with?
So I'm going to have my my lightsaber. Like I'm going to say it's been hidden away for so long. You can't even tell what color it is. And whenever we get there, I'm gonna roll that D100 and we'll find out then.
Nice, that sounds good.
I wanna make it interesting.
Perfect. Once we get there, we'll roll that D100. So you guys are able to pick your set for crystals out and kind of get a little feel for them through the forest as well. You can kind of feel their power coming along as you get closer to them. Just kind of see their resonance within you. And then you see Master Hadlar kind of nod and says, well, unless there's anything else you need from us, we recommend that you take this time to bond with your crystal and proceed out into the wilds of Yavin IV. This place was touched by Exarchon's darkness. You may be confronted with visions, apparitions, anything that the dark side can throw at you. We recommend that you keep your resolve and keep yourself firmly within the will of the Force. And hopefully the Force will show you its wisdom and provide healing and clarity to your journey.
Thank you. We shall do our best here.
Yes, let's see what awaits us. Although I'm gonna try to pull Master aside and say, after we get some time, I want to talk to you. And out of character, if you want, we can do we can do that in the RP channel on the
Discord.
That sounds good. You see him nod and kind of see him give you kind of a genuine smile. And says, though you have been lost, my former apprentice, I am truly glad that you have survived and not fallen prey to the dark side, the Sith, or those who hunt us. It is truly a blessing from the Force that you've made it so far.
Thank you, Master. We will do our best.
You see him kind of as you turn to leave and say, we recommend there's a Exarchon's former palace deep within the forest. That is where the kind of the dark side is concentrated most. We believe that is where you may be able to find your visions or find where the wisdom the Force may grant you. And he looks, kind of says, also, I know you may have had to hide your usage of the Force before, but one of the nice things with our placement and the dark side around us is it disguises our use of the Force. It kind of provides a little bit of a white noise that allows us to use the Force and train those within its blessing without having to worry about being discovered by those who hunt us. So do not fear utilizing its power to its effect here.
Okay, kind of like what Yoda did. I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't care. Yeah, I was one of those ones. I was looking for kind of a good plan that have a dark side presence like Yoda did. Kind of hide the Jedi Enclave, and Yavin with the history, especially the recent history, was kind of the first one that stood out to me.
Right, right.
Perfect. So he kind of gives you those directions and any other resources you may ask for, and then kind of shows you guys the exit. Unless there's anything you want to do here.
I'm all good.
Ready?
Perfect. All right. So he leads you to the exit, and the two knights kind of lead you to the edge of the clearing by their temple. It kind of lets you go past. And as you guys proceed in the forest, who's kind of your map wheeler? Who's going to kind of cut you a path through the forest towards the temple?
Survival, not me.
Survival, yeah.
I got 7 survival.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
that would probably make sense.
Before we head out, I will cast Battle Precogs. Just kind of
Perfect. Oh yeah, give me a roll for that too. Or is Battle Precog? Did I make that a free one? I cannot remember what both the rules.
I thought Battle Precog was one of them.
I think it's a free one. I've just been running that it's always on for me.
Well, no, it was you have to roll for it, and if you succeed, then it won't use.
Yeah.
It won't count against you.
Yeah.
The same as Force Concealment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I got to do that myself. What's the DC on it?
11, I think.
Okay.
10 plus the level.
Yep.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Tegan, I wanted to ask, if I wanted to train in a lightsaber form, how would we rule that as like a skill proficiency training, or?
Well, just one individual lightsaber form. So basically, we do as a training guidelines from downtime, so you still have a week of downtime. But if you just wanted to do one form, because the feat gives you 3 with a fighting style, form fighting style, we could just cut that into a third for the time. So I don't know the numbers offhand, but we could basically just cut whatever that is into a third.
Yeah, because I don't have any lightsaber forms.
Ditto.
Yeah, so you guys can both use your downtime on that side to pick up the form. And if you just want to do that one form, we'll do the same for both of you guys. So yeah, basically a third of whatever training says for a feat.
Okay.
Because I know feats. I think the feat's the highest one, but a
Takes
third should
40
be pretty reasonable.
Takes 40 work weeks and costs 2,000 credits per work week.
Holy moly.
Perfect. So divide that to a third. So that would take about what, like
15 days?
yeah, 13-ish work weeks. The nice thing too with training, depending on how you guys do with the training, you can kind of cut that down with the downtime training roll. Because the better you roll in that D100, the more weeks it takes off.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So you guys, Ren, give me a survival roll. And I think is Ping, are you proficient in survival too?
I am.
Perfect. You can do that with advantage if Ping would like to assist.
Yeah, totally.
Whoa. Love it.
Nat
1 and a 4.
Used all the luck on those insight checks.
Yeah, those. I can 6 insight. Oh yeah.
So you kind of get the map, and you're used to reading the map. You're trained in survival. You're a Mandalorian. This is something they've done for years. But as you get into the forest, you kind of feel off your game a little bit. With Ren kind of having a smaller connection to the forest, you kind of feel uneasy in the area. Hold on, just like my dog is whipping her toy. Belle, stop. Sorry, dog was behind me whipping her little rope toy, trying to get my attention. And so, Red is maybe a little bit of an unfamiliar kind of sensation for you, but Ul, Ping, and Ren, Ul, Ping, and Norwell, you guys would recognize that kind of as you take your steps off the temple grounds and kind of proceed into the forest. The dark side is starting to kind of wreak havoc or kind of start to twist or kind of pull against your senses. Everybody, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, come on, we're 2
my
for 2 so far.
My favorite, wisdom.
Great.
Oh
Yes.
gosh, this is gonna be so bad. Oh.
Rin, roll me
A plus
1d4.
one. Oh no.
All right, so you guys, you proceed into the forest. This kind of fits well too with Ren getting a little bit lost. As you're going through there, you feel just uneasy. You feel fear. You feel anger, a little bit of despair as you go through the area. And I'll kind of leave this to you to describe. You see a vision pop up, and you see someone from your past that you would know that is an adversary that you may have grown up with or served with in the Mandalorian Wars or even come across during your time away. But someone that is kind of a rival, somebody that's put you down, somebody that's kind of gone up against you multiple times and tried to kind of take something away from you. And I'll let you describe it, give you a minute to kind of think on what that person would represent or kind of who that would be for Ren.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ren sort of sees in this vision a fellow sort of soldier that served with her in the Mandalorian War. This person was, the antagonist in a Pokemon game, someone who keeps showing up and keeps trying to battle it out, all the way from training with different Mandalorian masters for combat to actually being in the war. Just someone that's always been there as a force to be a foil to hers.
Perfect. So you see that figure appear, kind of decked out in full Mandalorian gear, and you see the kind of looks at you and just begins to. You can't even see its face, but you can just tell it's sneering. It's by its body language. It's just kind of got a condescending approach, and it goes, "Traitor through and through. I knew the whole time we grew up you would amount to nothing, but I did not think you would betray the clans of Mandalore and fight with us along the jetty. You are truly a Hatun, a coward. You have betrayed Mandalore and all of its people and cling to life like the scum you are." And it just kind of continues to berate you. How would Ren react to that as you guys are kind of walking through the forest?
I mean, definitely surprised at first, and then, going to confusion and just being overwhelmed by, the confrontation of definitely worries she's had. Thinking about people in her life from before, just hounding on her. She just says, before she can even really make an argument against it, she just is stop, stop.
And you see kind of the Mandalorian just kind of stands there. He doesn't say anything else. But for the rest of you guys, you don't see anything. You kind of feel the dark side surge, but it hasn't affected the rest of you. You kind of just heard Ren kind of speak out without kind of the context about why she's speaking.
You okay there, Ren?
And he's still there for me, right?
He's still there. He's just kind of looking at you now.
Can you not see my? And she sort of looks him up and down as he's just standing there. my acquaintance here berating me over my past.
You must be mistaken. There's no one here other than us.
Is this something the rest of us might be able to at least sense? We can't see it, but maybe sense?
Definitely. Give me a force check for anybody that want to try to kind of sense more about it.
Especially after she kind of mentions that.
Can I get one good roll? One.
Roll 20s
No.
against you today. So Ping and Ul, you guys will both be able to sense it. So both of you guys sense the dark side. Just not taking shape. As you got to look through the forest, you can see a little bit of the outline of the Mandalorian. You can't see what it looks like, but you can see just kind of the outline of the force in that area. And you can see that the dark side is trying to prey upon Ren, kind of trying to first break her down with just kind of the fear and anger, and hopefully try to lead it to the dark side as the force manifests.
Would we be able to kind of interpret that it's you know, an illusion of sorts? It's just.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
guys would know, especially with your training,
Yeah.
that it is probably like an illusion or just somehow the dark side preying on fears or past revelations.
So, could I use this ability to help Ren? So my subtle control, you know, the Jedi trick, I guess. You can befuddle a creature's mind with nothing but a gesture as an action. You can cause a creature you see within 30 feet to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you can force the creature to believe or forget a single aspect of a conversation, observation, or encounter it had with you or while present in the last 10 minutes. Can I try to get her to believe that that is simply an illusion and not real?
You could just tell her that.
You could definitely give it a go. So, Ren, you'd have to beat or kind of make a wisdom save against Ping's DC. But if you do fail that, he would be able to convince you that it is an illusion.
Ul would definitely just kind of comfort, you know, put a hand on her shoulder and just say, "This is just, you know, dark tricks of the place that we currently occupy. You know, look to the Force and just try to push them away, regardless of how real and upsetting they may be."
Yeah. Do you want me to make it, or should I respond, or what?
You could so either or. So you could definitely respond to Ul and then make the save against Ping's DC, or you can try to do another wisdom save altogether. So either way, you'll be rolling a wisdom save, depending on how you guys want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll against Ping save, but I'll just sort of nod along to Ul and say, okay, it's just part of the forest. He's not there, and then I'll try for the save. 16.
Perfect.
17 with my DCs.
There you go.
Sweet.
I got.
Ping, how are you gonna flavor that? How are you doing that illusion, or are you using the mind trick?
Yeah, so I'll just do kind of like the Jedi mind trick and just be like, it is an illusion in the forest. It isn't there, and I'll just like walk through it.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, upon like saying that, Ren would definitely just start being like more confused than anything and say, it's an illusion. Really?
The dark side does have many ways to try and trick us. Many of those do focus on the mind, so just, don't question everything, but definitely take a second to think if this would hold validity or not as we go through our journey here.
It's hilarious that you've been rolling wisdom saves of like 5.
I know.
You want a low roll. You actually rolled pretty good.
I can't believe it. My insight and my like wisdom saves have just been completely terrible. And then yeah, a 16. And, yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Well, after Ping's kind of uses his mind trick to show you the truth. You see as he walks through it, you see the kind of the Mandalorian dissolve, and kind of you feel everybody feels like the dark side ease up a little bit within the area. Perfect. Ren, give me another survival roll.
Let's hope it's a little bit better.
If she pulls
is
the
this
map
with
up, I'm
advantage or
gonna
no?
hand on her shoulder for guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll help.
Cool. So we'll do that, and then plus
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Fine.
Nice. So, Ren, with Wool's guidance and Ping's help, you kind of shake out of the kind of the reverie there, kind of just the stunness of the dark side's manipulation, and kind of get back to business. You do find a clear path through the area, and you kind of get led into a bit of a little small clearing within the forest. I'm just gonna pull up a map for you guys now too. And once again, you guys start to feel the dark side surge a little bit. And I'll let you guys place yourselves on the map wherever you'd like.
I've learned from the last session, I'm not going in the front.
Yeah, is it anywhere coming in from like a side or?
So you guys would be coming from the left side, but you can still place yourselves. So
I'd be aiding Ren, so I guess I'd be next to Ren anyway. So.
Yeah.
perfect. And everybody, this time give me a charisma save.
Ooh, if I fail this, I'm gonna be super perturbed.
If I don't fail this, I'm gonna be so surprised. Oh, that wasn't with advantage though. It's just a 7. Picking on all the things that I'm so bad at. Oh, yeah.
Oops, wrong layer.
Don't you just love it when you like forget to turn off advantage or disadvantage?
I wish it reset every time you roll it, because I wouldn't mind having to turn it on each time.
Like,
Foundry asks you every time, so there's that. Yeah.
That's true. I gotta get a new computer before I do Foundry, though.
That's fair.
It was slowing me down. I wasn't even using the server with it, but my computer's just running it. But that's the next couple months I'm buying. Probably this month I'm buying a new one. But back to that, as you guys proceed through, and let me get everybody's charisma saving throws. Nice. So Ul and Noru, you guys proceed through normally. Ping. Well, that's a rough roll. Ping and Ren.
You're telling me.
I thought you'd ace this one, Ping, but with Ping and Ren, you guys start. You see, kind of just feel like the dark side just slowing you down, and fear and dread kind of creeping into you with each step. And as you guys get to this clearing, everybody starts to kind of just initially Ping and Ren are kind of slowed down by it. There'll be a little bit of mechanical effect with this as well. You guys are gonna be frightened, but everybody starts to feel it increase. But everybody roll me initiatives to kind of get into what's about to happen.
Hey, a good roll!
There you go.
Not here.
I'll take a 19
Oh,
any
sorry.
day.
Forgot to click on my token. I'll fix it here.
And there's plenty of places for me to hide! Yay!
Me and Ren were too busy looking at the map to notice
Yeah.
these guys' presence.
Caught
here.
off guard. Whoa, hey.
I can run to cover. I can hide.
All right, Noro, you are up, and as you kind of you notice, you see something kind of emerge from the fog to your left, and you see a Mandalorian step out of the fog. This Mandalorian, he not one that kind of triggers specific memory for you, but he's one that just kind of brings you back to kind of your time in the war. You see, he looks disheveled a little bit. Part of his Beskar is crushed. It looks like he may have been hit by a bomb or some type of gravitational or gravity anomaly. It looks like a lot of the corpses you saw during your time right after Malachor. Just those crushed, desolate, kind of destroyed Mandalorian bodies after Revan pulled off his trap.
Or are we talking about
out.
Duxon? Duxon was the bloody one. Malachor was just
Yes.
like a horrifying sight.
Yeah, so either or. So if you had more from Duxon, we actually that fit too with the jungle fighting at
Duxon
Duxon.
was the one that was horrifying because that was the like people are dying all over. So yeah. So where is this Mandalorian? I do not see him.
He is right above you guys.
Oh,
I think I
oh,
took
I
him off the
see.
GM layer. Okay, perfect.
Turn order is
going-
not sorted, Tegan.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I forgot to do that.
Could I try to like reach out with the force to see if he's there?
Sure. Give me a force check, which I think is a bonus action.
Okay.
Nice. So you feel that the Mandalorian, as you reach out and take a pulse of him, you feel that he isn't actually there, but you do, like, it's not, and actually, I should phrase that differently. It isn't actually the Mandalorian. You can feel this is a manifestation of the dark side. You don't, so it's not an actual person behind there, but it is the Force made manifest. So it is kind of a physical presence in that area.
Okay. Okay. I will start. Two. What is that? 20 feet. I will grab my. Would I be able to grab both my daggers or only one of my daggers?
Because do you have twin
I-
weapon? You have twin weapon fighting.
Yeah, I have twin weapon fighting.
I think probably just one initially. 'Cause I think twin weapon mastery is the one we can grab both. You don't have that, right?
No, but
we'll say that you, because usually everybody can't throw weapons in hand, so you'll say you kind of feeling that dark side approach. You were able to at least get your weapons in hand before the combat started.
okay. All right. Because I've already used my bonus action, I'm not going to. Wait, no, hold on. My Corsair weapon fighting. I am so sorry. No action for. Okay, I'm gonna actually take my tech blade and my dagger because I thought that there was a separate action to do my Corsair weapon to give it proficiency. I'm going to give proficiency to my tech blade, and I'm going to rush him with my dagger and my tech blade.
Sounds good. Give me a tech blade attack.
Okay, tech blade. Is that with proficiency? Click with
Mhm.
proficiency. Because I turn off proficiency on my. Okay. Dang it.
So you see the kind of the dark side of the Mandalorian just kind of shifts aside and turns his T-visor back to look you in the eye.
Okay, I will take my second attack.
There you go. That will hit.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to put deflection on. Great. Come on.
It's rough. Give me a wisdom or charisma save, your choice. Nice. So you feel as you strike into it, something pull at your mind, but are fortunately able to fight against it and don't feel anything afterwards.
Okay. Now for him to shoot me in the face.
Oh, he is up next, yeah. So yeah, kind of interesting time for that. So you see the Mandalorian just kind of shuffle towards, especially after you've splashed it with your tech blade. feel it connect really well, but it just kind of just stares at you with that blank T visor. And you see it lift up its palm, kind of lets go of one of its blaster pistols, and you see it just try to shank you twice with a blade that emerges out of the gauntlet of its right arm. First will miss. And the second is not rolling. There we go. Why is this not rolling? Oh, there we go. Both will miss. You see Nora was just pretty prepared for this onslaught, and just kind of ready to quickly dodge aside as the Mandalorian apparition tries to strike out.
Okay. So good so far, guys.
All right. Ping, you are frightened, and in your fear, as things begin to happen, you notice on the far side a Twi'lek kind of emerge out of the fog of the Force, and you see him kind of eye you up. You know this Twi'lek. He's one that you've usually considered a friend. He is Volcarace, I believe. He's usually your handler, and won't go too much into that, but somebody that's been kind of a benefactor and friend to you. But you see him just kind of glaring at you from the far side of the forest, just kind of a mixture of anger and disappointment on his face.
Yeah, so kind of initially I'd be looking at the Mandalorian, then I'd kind of catch sight of the Twi'lek pop up. And you can tell that Ping would just lose his composure. And kind of anger would kind of take over a little bit, and he would try to lash out at the Twi'lek there, and try to send some force energy, any feedback at him. Actually, he might be out of range, so this might go nowhere.
All right, how far is feedback, and how far is that guy to? Let's check
So that is 70 feet, and I do have the extender. So I would use a force point to extend the range.
Perfect.
I would try to shoot a feedback at him.
And that's an intelligence save, right?
Yes.
He fails. So 6 psychic damage, and then you get that same option. Give me a wisdom or charisma save yourself.
Yeah, I'll go for charisma here.
Nice. So same thing. You feel something kind of on the back of your mind as you strike it, but you're able to just kind of sheer force of will mixed in with your fear and panic, able to fight it off.
And so the group would know, like, Ping has never talked about himself, and kind of the dark side of affecting his mind and kind of seeing the Twi'lek. He would just lash out with this psychic force and just be like, "You burned me, you betrayed me, you were the only one in this life that I had trusted."
Nice.
You were my brother, Anakin.
Right.
Alright, so this guy, I don't know why his name came up weird, but he is going to hold off. And Ren, you are up next. And as Ren, as you come up, you see another Mandalorian emerge from the mist. This isn't the one that you saw earlier in your vision, the one that you had a history with. This is somebody much closer to home. You see that they kind of wear the symbol of Clan Ren on their armor, and they look very familiar to you. They look like your mother, the one that taught you how to shoot, taught you how to be a Mandalorian. You see her kind of emerge with her blaster pistol in hand, just kind of staring with that inhuman T visor at you, just disappointment radiating through the force.
Mom? And Ren will sort of like definitely look like she's gonna engage with her and then not, and then flip around and go for the Twi'lek over here.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action use target lock. And then start blasting here. Ooh, good shots. Loving it.
Distracted by your mother, obviously.
That will still hit, surprisingly.
Whoa.
I taught you better, Ren.
I'm sorry, Mom. Okay, and then I'll do the other one as well. Oh, that's a nat one, though.
Oof. So just clearly throw it off your game a bit. You are able to get that first shot through. So give me some damage, and then your choice of wisdom or charisma saving throw.
Both are so bad, though.
Nice, solid damage. Solid.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll go for a wisdom, I guess, here. All right. Come on.
Oh no!
Oof. All right.
More nat ones.
You take 8 psychic damage as you blast in to the Twi'lek. As you shoot at it, you just feel a ping in the back of your head as the blaster bolts pierce through it.
Back to back. Nat ones.
Hey guys, I think it hurts us if we hurt them.
And then, you are up. This is a familiar sight to everybody as you see a figure emerge through the kind of the grim and glare, and just with a mocking smile look at you all with his twin sabers ignited, purple and red across the field. And you see Lord Ardo appear. And you just see him kind of just smugly smile at you guys, not saying a word, but just kind of confidently look at you like he knows you failed in what you've tried to accomplish. And you are up.
Can I... anything I can do to kind of perceive... perceive everything going on here, and just kind of so I already kind of witnessed Ren going through something earlier. Anything I can do to try and perceive the situation?
Definitely give me a lore check.
-1. No, I'll take a 15.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you feel, you kind of, not even feel, you felt the illusions pop up before. And this time you feel there's teeth behind the illusions, but you do know, especially with the master sending you out here, this may be a test. There's maybe some part of the code, the Jedi code, that may be able to help out with this, may be able to bring this to a resolution. You guys would all know the Jedi code too, so if you don't know it, feel free to Google that. That wouldn't be even Ren probably spending much time with Google. You would know the Jedi code by now.
Yeah.
I will call out to everyone. How much can... Effect Mind is one person.
I wonder what would happen if I grabbed one and cast telemetry.
It'd be interesting, I feel like.
I'm just going to... I'm going to call out to the group. I'm going to look around and I'm going to call to the group. Actually, I'm gonna march out to the middle of the field.
Don't know if you guys know this. They're apparitions.
And I'm gonna turn to my companions and just call out and say, sorry, it's okay. I'll just call it and say, remember the code. There is no emotion. There is peace. And I will go down into cross-legged style, into kind of a meditation pose, and just sit there. And I'm just going to meditate, and trust that just ignoring these threats will push them away. And I would just reinforce once again to everyone, kind of directing towards Ren a little bit as well, as you know, she's the one that I generally try to look after anyway, and just say, as the illusion before, trust in the Force. This darkness will subside. That's my turn.
Perfect. Give me a wisdom or charisma saving throw, your choice again. Nice. So as you sink in there and kind of gather the force around you and recite the code, you see Lord Ardo just begin to dissipate into the mist. All right. Oops, I forgot to have that guy take his turn. Ren's mother. So Ren's mother is going to use her held action to take a shot at Ren. So let's get that going. Oh, did I send that to the map layer? I did send that to the map layer. Perfect. So you see her kind of bring up her blaster pistol, take 2 shots at Ren.
Also hit.
Oof. So you see just kind of 2 quick shots. She wields 2 blasters in each hand. But you see kind of the same shooting style, same just kind of form, an effort that Ren usually adopts as kind of the cold T-visor kind of lines up and blows towards Ren.
Oh, Ren's going down soon.
Ouch.
And you see, she doesn't even, she just, and as she shoots, she doesn't even say anything. She just kind of stares with that cold and personal Mandalorian visor. It just is kind of just glares at Ren as everything goes down.
Ren is not Ren to do Ren to get shot so much, I'll tell you that.
You see the Twi'lek go up, and you just see him kind of start to mock. It's gonna yell at Ping. He goes, "You're an asset, nothing more. Your usefulness is over. We're cutting you off. You'll have nothing after we're done with you." He takes 2 blaster bolts at Ping. I think that will hit. Yeah. So you see him take 2 shots towards Ping, and you can't saber reflect that if you like.
Well, I think his first attack should have disadvantage. I don't know if that feedback would impact him or not.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So let me re-roll that first one. Fortunately, it's meant to be.
Yeah, so it's a lot of damage. Yeah, I'll saber reflect the first one, the 9 damage.
Perfect.
Nice.
Nice. You can send that back at it if you like, or try to.
Yeah.
Or try to.
Yeah, I'll try. I think I'll have disadvantage. And
Yeah, he's probably 20 feet. Yeah, he's more than 20 feet. Yeah.
Force check, I think, for that.
Yeah, you can just do a force check for that.
Does it state
It's
a
a
high end
23.
range on those for distance?
I think
Just
40
curious.
feet.
2060 or 2040.
Oh, it's 2060. You're right. 2060.
Okay.
Sweet. So you were able to block it, but not able, with it being so far away, not able to send it back to him. You just see him sneer and says, "Whatever, Jedi. Whatever. We'll deal with you soon enough." And then Noru, you're up.
Man, I keep hitting Alt like I'm on Discord. Push to talk. Yeah. Except it's not on. Shoot. know I probably should join Uhl in the meditation, but I probably. Okay. I'll do it. I won't be like crossing my knees.
I have a passive persuasion of 16.
Passive persuasion?
If you can have such a thing, but
no, but I will like hold my tech blade towards the Mandalorian, and I will join Uhl in the mantra of the Jedi Code.
Perfect. Give me a wisdom or charisma save.
Dang it.
So unfortunately, you try to focus and find the calm of the force, sitting yourself within kind of the there is no emotion, there is peace. You just continue to see the Mandalorians, the bloodshed and violence that they unleashed upon the galaxy, and just kind of your own fear as well as remorse about what happened on Duxon as well as Malachor to prevent you from finding that center within.
Okay. All right.
And then the Mandalorian is, you see, he's just gonna kind of once again charge up, try to shank you with his gauntlet, just brutally, kind of stabbing down at you. But this guy cannot hit to save his life, and you are too quick for him.
So
Even
I actually have an armor class of 14.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Would that deflection count, or would that not count anymore? Because I think it's.
Is it to? I think it's to the beginning
next
of
turn. Yeah. So
yeah.
he would hit me on that first hit.
All right. It says so the first hit he kind of gets you in and just kind of stabs that blade into you for 9 damage.
Okie dokie.
All right, Ping, you're up.
So seeing Uhl kind of go and sit down and taking that blaster bolt to the shoulder and that pain, kind of bringing him back and kind of calming him down, he will attempt to calm his mind and regain control of his emotion.
Perfect. Same thing. You do wisdom or charisma. You're probably gonna do charisma.
Yeah.
Oof. Unfortunately, just kind of the pain of the blaster bolt, the fear of the dark side in the area, and just kind of Valrese's taunts are just throwing you off your game. Usually Ping tries to be in control of the situation and just it's escaping him today. You see the shade firmly remain. All right, Ren, you're up.
Man, we're gonna be here all day because with my wisdom and charisma scores, it's not gonna go well. But perhaps trusting in the Force and perhaps trusting in her friend here, she's going to sort of very much not as like cross-legged or whatever, but just sort of putting herself down in the dirt here. And joining in with the mantra, just hoping that this works.
Perfect. Give me a wisdom or charisma, your choice.
All day.
So kind of
all day.
same bonus Pig. Unable to find that center. You're thrown off a bit. But you guys both notice you do see the things flicker a little bit as you try to find that peace and calm for both you and Ping. But it looks like you're just not quite there yet, but fairly close.
Oh no.
You see the Mandalorian look again. You see this time she drops her pistols and just walks up just calmly to you, removing her helmet with one of her attacks, and then just glares at you with a look of disappointment and betrayal. It just says traitor, and then makes her second attack with her hidden blade. That will miss, fortunately, though. Pings off the Mandalorian armor. And you're back up.
All right. Everyone
So
around me
peek
will
behind the
go ahead,
screen
yeah.
on this one. You can't get rid of theirs by doing
Do I
the
see
kind of their
them?
apparitions. You do see all of
Yeah.
them. You could definitely attack all of them, but you wouldn't be able to
Right.
get rid of theirs through your calmness or kind of your oneness with the force.
Oh, I wondered how far I wanted to play into this, but I was gonna jokingly tell everyone that they hear me start muttering other lines into the.
Okay, come on.
Oh.
Soldier
All of our
down, man
animals are
down.
joining the podcast today.
You guys got to see my rats.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna turn. Let's see, I think I can get to. Challengingly, the words will come out, and we'll stand up and say, through strength, I do gain power. Are you gonna call me prone? I said I was cross-legged.
No, I'll give you your full movement speed from just sitting down.
Nope, actually, it's fine. I was gonna go after the Twi'lek, but it's gonna be tough to do this. But I'm gonna, because I want to get rid of this to help Ren. So it'll still work. I have 15. So I mutter that under my breath, and I come over and I'm going to lash out at Ren's mother. Without reluctance, because I know that this is an illusion. So, yeah, just take a couple attacks with the dual phase.
Nice.
Oh.
19.
Dang.
Sweet. Take a solid chunk out of it. You see it kind of start to lose its corporeal form, but it still does kind of hang on there.
Okay, and in between before my second attack, I will kind of look over my shoulder to Ren, and I will say, "This is just another illusion, a creation by the dark side. Resist it and look past. You know that your mother would not do this to you." And 15.
Unfortunately, will not hit. You just get the blade just glances off her fake Beskar garb.
All right, and then that is my turn.
Perfect. So you see the Twi'lek moves a little bit further again, just laser focused on Ping, continuing his kind of barrage of insults. He goes, we took you in. We trained you. We gave you all the resources you could want in the galaxy. But yeah, you've got in the end, you served as all the Force users did. We had to burn you. We'll find somebody else to take your place.
Dang.
As he kind of strikes off twice with his blaster pistol. And you've had your turn, so you can definitely try to reflect again if you like.
Yeah, I'll try to reflect the first one again.
Okay. Nice.
So I'll send that back again. I think it's still disadvantage, yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think he's still 20. Yeah, he's 40 feet away. Nice. So not able to hit his AC, but you are able to at least keep it off of you. But you do take the 8 damage behind it. All right, Noru, you're up. That sounds good.
I am going to. I don't know. I'm going to try to. Okay, all right. I'm going to have Noru try to find his center and just focus, and then he's going to take his dagger, and he's going to cast Animate Weapon as my bonus action. And then I'm just gonna try to like find that that like peaceful battle mind that Jedi often fall into, where I just try to, I'm at peace with myself and everything around me, but I'm engaged with the enemy. Basically, like fighting with the Force thrown through me. I don't know if that. I don't know if that. It can. I don't know.
Okay. That makes sense. So are you? What are you doing? What are you doing with your animate weapon?
I'm just going to. So I'm gonna do 2 tech blade attacks, and then I'm gonna do an attack with my animate weapon.
Perfect. All right. Make your attacks. All right. Those will both hit.
Okay. And the the dagger would be a 1d8.
Plus your force casting stat.
On a hit. Is it d20 plus my modifier
Yep. So
attack bonus?
mhm.
Okay, so 1d. What's the command /R?
So yeah, our /R 1d20.
Okay. 15?
That will hit.
Okay. And then it is /R 1d8 plus 5. So 12 damage.
Oh, and you'd add your proficiency to the d20 plus 5.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right, that's nice. And give me a charisma or wisdom saving throw. All right, that's you kind of feel it tug on your mind as you kind of lay into it. And actually, give me another wisdom or charisma, but with disadvantage. Okay, so yeah, so as you kind of sink into, kind of try to get closer to the Zen-like state that the Jedi fighted, it still kind of eludes you, especially as you're kind of going in and just kind of matching blow for blow with the Mandalorian.
Okay.
It is you see the image is starting to fade on its own, though it's starting to lose some of its kind of corporealness. But it is up, and it is going to try to shank you again. So you see it's kind of fading in and out of kind of the field of vision. You see it kind of trying to punch down again with its hidden blade. And unfortunately, you're not as fast this time, and he does get those 2 attacks off at you, just kind of punching in twice with his blade extended.
Okay. Do I need to make a... Oh, animate weapon is not a concentrate.
Oh no, yeah, it's super sweet. So like spiritual weapon, so it just kind of stays up, even though it seems like it should be concentrate, but it's one of those free ones you get.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So minus 15.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
All right, Ping, you're up.
So Ping intellectually like understands what's going on at this point, but he's still not, So he tried to calm his mind last time by opening himself to the Force and using the Jedi code, and he just says Griffin Jedi, and this time he tries to more embrace his natural instinct, which is Bendu, which is more riding the storm rather than trying to control it, and will try once again to dispel the illusion.
Nice. So your choice is save again.
I didn't have
you wouldn't have disadvantage, so yeah, that'd be a 23. So you kind of Pig finds himself. He's not a Jedi. He kind of finds his own center within the Force, but he does balance himself. Kind of removes that fear and doubt, and finds kind of that power of the Force. You see, as you kind of achieve that balance or achieve kind of that control of the storm that Ping looks for, you see the Twi'lek fade away as well. All right, Ren, you're up.
Alrighty. Same deal. I'm just, sitting here chanting, doing the do.
Hoping I don't die.
Hoping I don't die next time my illusion mom shoots me or smacks me. So,
Give me a give me a straight D20.
Ooh.
Okay, that might Red, you can take a turn.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't have anything fancy to do here, so
Okay.
yeah, no, I don't have anything, so I'm just gonna make my save and continue on, or try and make my save.
Your choice of roll, wisdom versus charisma. Actually, I'll let you, because they've told you about this. You kind of rely on your intellect, with Ull pointing it out, and you seeing the other two disappear. You can give me an intelligence save as well.
Sweet, thank you. Yeah, we'll go intelligence. That's a 10. Woo!
Unfortunately, you still see the kind of the image of your mom firmly remain. It is starting to dissipate a little bit after Ull's onslaught, but she does kind of hold in there. And you see her kind of shank out again with her blades.
No.
Oh wow.
Crit to
So
brick.
That's it for old Ren here. Tell you that.
Oh
So,
no!
just
Christmas roll.
11 kinetic damage as it kind of shakes into you.
That is not as bad as
Six.
it could be. That is
That's
not as
true.
bad as it could be.
It's pretty beneficial on that one. Had a low roll, but it kind of shakes into you, just still glaring with her helmet in her other hand. And you are up.
All right. I'll just kind of call out to Ren again. Just stay focused. Continue to fight the illusion, and I'm gonna just as I'm losing myself a little bit. I think here I'm getting a little bit too passionate or emotional about protecting Ren as I strike out towards the visage of Ren's mother. 25.
That'll hit.
All right. 6.
Nice. You see it start to flicker again, but still stays in view.
And then follow up. Oh, come on. Roll 20.
The dice are against you guys. So you see her kind of just nimbly step aside as she kind of brandishes her kind of gauntlet blade at the pair of you. And Noru, you are up.
I'm gonna try to do something a little weird.
All right.
Gosh.
I'm going to I don't know. I've tried smacking it around without any success, and I've tried meditating. I'm going to try to like cast it away using force blinding. Would that, I don't know. I'm trying to like be gone.
Not.
Is that
That's where my mind.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Give me a force blinding roll, and then a wisdom or charisma save.
Come on, man. Is he blind at least?
He is blind for sure. I'm surprised. Is your wisdom higher than your charisma, or is your charisma higher than wisdom?
My charisma is higher than my wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought your
actually,
wisdom was
no.
higher.
Actually, no. It's I have a 13 charisma, but I have proficiency.
Oh, the proficiency
to
of
my,
the save.
to my
We are not
Okay.
burning our sabers.
Yeah.
No, we're not. I'll tell you that one.
It says that you do blind the Mandalorian as the kind of the brilliant light of the Force strikes out. But as the light clears, you still see him kind of standing there with a vacant expression on his face, or the T-visor blocking his face from view. He is going to try to lash out with his hidden blade, but he is blind. And both of those, you see him just kind of flailing wildly as he lashes out. And
Worst
Ping.
case, I've at least bought myself some time.
Perfect. So you are up, Ping.
So we're gonna. This might be terrible. We'll see. Ping is going to first shake his head and just be like, "Can't believe I'm helping these people." And as a bonus action, I'm going to use a med kit on myself because I might kill myself.
All right.
So let me do that.
Okay.
Um,
What are you about to use? I'm curious now. Oof.
oh, that's a terrible heal.
Oh,
All right, so I'll heal 3.
You try to
and
find a
will-
vein, but you hit the wrong vein.
Yeah.
Keep trying to hit the vein.
I'm going to twin cast Malazia. And I don't know if it'll affect him. We'll find out.
Perfect. And what's Malazia's stat? Wisdom. So he passes it. He shouldn't have had disadvantage on the save. And see if Ren will pass it. So Ren's mother, you see, kind of just fall prone to the ground. And then give me Ping, give me a straight D20 check too.
Okay.
Okay. And so no luck on the straight D20 checks, but you do see
Man.
Red fall to the ground, or Mother Ren, we should say, fall to the ground.
Mama Ren.
And
Mother.
the other one, still blind, still keeping himself up. Red, you are up.
Okay. I've been looking through my character sheet trying to figure out if there's something I can do, but not really built for this. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, no. I'm just trying to rely on the force as well as my friends and my logical skills here. Try and help me out.
Ping bought you as much time as he could.
Yeah, honestly. I guess the only thing I'll do is I'll try and briefly heal myself and then go for the save. See if I can. Oh gosh, okay. That I always forget to undo those. It's just 5.
Perfect.
I target lock myself. That's okay. And okay, cool. So I'm up to 11. Come on, Mama Ren. And then I'll use a intelligence save.
There we go. All right. Yeah, you see Ren kind of trying to find the center of the force as Ula's taught her, but she also kind of just takes in some of her own experiences as a soldier, as somebody that's worked with tech, and just applies her own logic, knowing that her mother could not be here and her mother wouldn't treat her like this. And you see the Mandalorian disappear from the ground in front of you.
Woo! All right.
Ooh, you're up.
Last one.
Seeing that the vision of Ren's mother disappear, he's still kind of standing there, especially when she went down. He was lightsaber up, ready to attack, and it disappears, and then his body relaxes a little bit, but he's panting, kind of heavy, and needs to catch himself. Catch myself and then just kind of begin calming. I'll just deactivate my lightsaber, turn to Ren and say, very good. You did well. I'm sorry that I lost a little control of myself. We all still have much things to learn in the Force. And that's my turn.
Perfect. Give me a straight D20 too. Cool.
Gosh, these D20 rolls are really going well. Huh?
We can't hit higher than a 10.
Noru, you will have a D4 as you feel Ul kind of sink into just kind of finding that piece within himself to whatever you decide to do with this roll. So you get an extra D4 you can apply. So 1.
Sorry, you're too far away. You're kind of on the edge of my influence.
You're out of range. Try turning it on and off again.
I can't really hear you guys. I'm just getting the back end of the conversation. What? Yeah. No, I'm going to put my weapons away. I'm gonna try to, go back to, what my master taught me, and really try to reconnect with the lessons he taught me when I was a Padawan, and just, let go, and hopefully not die.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
That is
Why?
really...
Why?
I have given you guys
day.
two inspiration throughout this thing. You guys got some great RP. So you could definitely
use one.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. See? You don't. No, every time. Roll 20,
That
man.
is rough.
Oh.
I don't understand.
Just.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Can I take 3?
Oh man. So unfortunately, as you kind of center yourself, you just feel just kind of the guilt and everything from what happened at Malachor and Dux, and just weighing you down. The Mandalorian.
I'm gonna die.
Unfortunately, you have your bonus action if there is anything that you can or want to do.
Bonus action cry.
You still have your animated weapon up if you want to do something with that, or if you're good to go.
I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know. I was thinking, okay, maybe I could connect with the Force through combat, and then I was like, okay, maybe I can connect to the Force using it directly. Next, I'm gonna reconnect to my past and dig deep for that anime moment and release my inner demon. And even that ain't working. In. I'm just all messed up in the head.
Roll 20 is against you today. The dice have spoken. The dice.
It was just like you skipped out on one session, motherfucker. Anyway, can I use a med kit?
Oh, you can definitely use the med kit.
Okay. Would that just be a hit die, or are we doing the 2d4 plus 2?
Hit die, yeah.
That would just be a hit die plus your con, so you can just roll a hit die from the thing.
Okay.
Decent bit. All right, Ping, you're up. You still see the Mandalorian in the back. He's fading a little bit, but he is still present.
So we'll walk up. And what is the state of Noru mentally like? Can I tell where he's at? Is he consumed by rage and anger, or
shame and guilt? Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll let you. Noru, you can describe how you feel on that one, or how visible it is to the rest of the party. You can kind of go, or you could have him make an insight check if you like, or just have it be plainly visible.
I'll say that probably on the surface level, it doesn't seem like too much is noticeable. But if you're trying to reach out, you'll be able to notice that I'm radiating, shame and guilt and just frustration.
Okay, and so
Ping's gonna have a sit down.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I know. I'm how do I?
I'm dying.
You can tell Ping is super uncomfortable. He's oh man, I don't do feelings. So, but he comes up and so Ping would just try to just talk Noru through it a little bit. So he'd be the past is the past. everyone made their own actions, everyone made their own decisions. You aren't responsible for them, just as their actions, their actions are not holding you accountable. And I would just kind of talk them through and just be like, this illusion has gripped your mind because you've allowed it, but let the war go.
Perfect. Give me a charisma check. Just it's not a save, just a charisma check.
Okay.
Or persuasion. Just do persuasion. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Solid.
That's a high number.
Yeah, so Noro, you kind of get a little bit of a pep talk from Ping. So on your next save or next action of your choice, you will have advantage.
Okay. All right. Maybe
I'll
that'll do
open, I'll open the floor to Rin and Ul. Are you guys attacking or anything else you guys want to do for your turns before we give Noru another save?
I'll go over and attack and give some words of encouragement. Be like, you got this, Noru, and then just vibro claw out.
That'll hit.
Dang.
Nice.
Alrighty. Dang, yeah. Finally good rolls. Yeah, that seems about right, honestly. We're going to do...
When you like blasted that Yzlamir.
Yeah. And then we'll do the other one as well.
I've actually started listening to Heir of the Empire, Tegan. Ooh,
Oh,
it's
really good.
It's so great.
So that, and if you ever get a chance, the AC Crispin Han Solo series, like, I just realized the other day, like I was picked up one of the books. I took a lot of that for this campaign, even though it's a different era, but it was really good. That's where the Land of Till are introduced and a couple other concepts. But both those will hit, and that is 18. Ooh, that is enough. How do you end the shadow?
No, it's my
Yeah.
demon.
Coming in with the kill steal. Yeah. I just put myself between Noru and the shade here, and just rip into him.
Perfect.
I got you,
so
buddy.
You see the shade of the Mandalorian disappear as your claws rake through it, and you guys are out of combat. After you guys kind of the last illusion or the manifestation of the dark side disappears, you do kind of feel a glow from your pocket or your satchel or kind of from wherever you may have stashed your crystal. You feel it to almost start to resonate with you. And everybody, give me a force check, and everybody with advantage. Noro, you wouldn't have gotten advantage initially without having banished yours, but we'll lose Ping's advantage he gave to you, so you'll get to make this check with advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but
Force check at advantage.
with advantage, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn, Noro just roll 20 is not
Oh,
like
come
you
on.
today.
I'm so sorry, Noru. It just keeps happening.
What am I doing?
So, Rin and Ping, you guys get another success for the weapon, which puts both of you guys at 2, actually.
Yeah.
Noru and Ul, you guys do have 4 inspo if you want to burn.
I'm using one of them. Yeah.
Can we?
Okay. Yep. So you guys can use 2 inspo.
You fucker. Oh my god.
My fucking.
Every time you use inspo on a roll, it just says nope. Screw you. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Okay, Noru, can I use a defiant at least?
Oh yeah, Defiant would work for that. So
Yeah, I'll give him a defiant.
Okay. Yeah. So
I would do it to
roll.
Ul, but yeah, you got a 10. I don't think it'd help that much.
Oh, is anybody? No, nobody else is human. Yeah, you're the only human. So
17 for Noru.
perfect. So Noro, you now have 2 successes. Wool, unfortunately, you do have 2 failures. I don't think anybody else. Yeah, nobody else is human. Yeah, so that's the only Defiant to go around, unfortunately.
Yeah. Might as well throw it out there.
just against you guys today. But that is where we'll wrap off. So you guys kind of feel as you reach into the crystal, to start to feel it kind of resonate with you and start to become more, as it feels kind of your own history and kind of your shared life experiences. The force displays these manifestations. You see it start to become more of a part of you as you guys are going through this jungle trek. And we'll pick up from there next session.
I just pull it out of my pocket. I'm like, I'm starting to regret keeping you with me.
That is rough.
I don't know what I did to the Roll20 gods today.
Yeah, because both of you guys have good
4 rolls
modifiers behind it.
under 8. 4 rolls under 8.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Because I picked because especially with your guys' force check modifiers, you have over 50% chance of hitting it. So I thought I picked a pretty attainable DC, but Roll20 is just shitting today. I don't know what's up with it. Oh. All right, well, we'll pick up there next session, guys. Scope out mods that you may want, because basically next session you'll probably get them at the end of it, and then we'll be able to wrap up the Yavin arc. And then I'm actually going to steal something too cool that Keith did for his other campaign. So there's a couple updates you guys will get in Discord through the HoloNet. That was a cool kind of idea. There's a couple of things that have happened that you guys have had influence on. I'm going to throw up probably sometime in the next week on Discord, just for kind of current events going on in the galaxy.
Awesome. Can't wait.
So are we going to be heading back to the temple, or are we going to be heading to the next stage of the Yavin?
I think we're next stage in it because we have done 2.
Oh, right.
4?
2 of the 3.
4, I think it
4.
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's keep rolling.
Let's just pray that our saves are strong.
I'll tell you guys got to burn some sage or sacrifice an animal or something to get Roll20 back.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna go do something. I don't know.
Can I roll
Try to get my
actual
luck
die?
up.
I have die.
Yeah. I'm such a dice goblin. I got so many.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it was like right before COVID. I was like, I'm gonna just buy dice, and then I never used them.
I've played in person once, and I'm still like, I just love them.
Yeah, dice are great.
I haven't rolled any of mine forever. And I bought like a nice pair of metal die like right before COVID, and I don't think I've actually rolled them actually. So I gotta just get them out and
you gotta break them in.
Something. Yeah.
If you're a DM, you got some opportunities to do that, so you gotta use them.
Right.
Perfect. Well, I had a fun session, guys.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Thank you.
How do I leave?